Hello.
Could you please introduce yourself to us shortly?
Yeah, of course. My name is Hamza Suksani. I'm 20 years old. I'm fourth year business administration student in Agü.
Now we will ask some questions about your education in Turkey. Why did you choose to study outside your home country?
It was just a fact of curiosity. I just wanted to try and see other cultures and countries.
Okay. What was the main reason for choosing Turkey as the destination of your education?
Well, as I said before, Turkey was the country I was most wondering about. I've always heard about it on TV. We have a big Turkish influence in Moroccan TV and products, so it was always like a must to do for me. So I got this path. Like I chose to study here to be able to see it.
Understand. Since the language in Turkey is different, no, and only a few Turks know or speak English, how did you deal with the language barrier?
Well, in the beginning it was really hard for me, but in school at least we had like friends speaking English because it's a 100% English university. It took me 6-7 months to be autonomous, being able to express myself when I'm outside, ask for things alone in Turkish. So it was an adaptation period. It was easy. It was okay.
Let's continue the other question. How can you describe the Turkish culture in comparison to yours? Did that affect you as a student, and how?
I never like comparing cultures actually because every culture has its own part of beauty and different things. I would say to some extent they're not really different, but on a daily basis, daily life, there is a big gap. Things I couldn't understand as a foreigner during my first months or years in Turkey. But as I told you, everything comes with time.
Okay, we will continue.
So yeah, I'll continue questioning you and interviewing you. So have you ever had a part-time job in Turkey?
Yeah, I had many.
Yeah, was it easy to find?
Yeah, I think after learning Turkish, it was easy to find, but it was illegal. So,
How do you find your living expenses in Turkey?
well, compared to Morocco, Turkey is not really expensive to live. Rents are okay; they're not really expensive. Food is not expensive. So, compared to countries I was going to go to, it's like really cheap. Overall, really cheap and livable.
So what are your plans after graduating from
No idea.
Okay, and can you like tell us some top techniques that you use as a foreigner in another country, so you don't have any issues with people?
That's not. Well, actually, just like precise that you don't speak the language and you don't follow random people in the streets. That's for sure, and never follow like people in shops or something that wants to force sell you something, and don't get drunk a lot to be safe.
That's a good advice. Thank you very much. So one last question.
Sure.
What is the best thing as an international student in another country?
The best thing about it, yeah, first like you have all those local friends and that are like keen and willing to show you their culture and share with you, and you always like get invited over to their houses, see how Turkish families live, what do they eat, how do they behave. I think that's the most beautiful part about being a foreign student in another country.
Thank you very much for your.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi Nina. First of all, thank you for letting us to do this interview. Let's start. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Okay, well, my name is Nina Kicheji. I'm from the United States. I work as an instructor in the prep school program here, and I've been living in Turkey for 15 years.
Yeah. Thank you. Where did you choose to work in Turkey?
I came to Turkey 15 years ago to Izmir.
Yeah.
And the reason I came to Turkey was because my husband is Turkish and he needed to come back to Turkey. And so we were both obliged to come back if I wanted to be with him.
Do you think are there prejudice against labor migrants in Turkey?
I think compared to other countries, there's less prejudice against people who come to Turkey for work. I find Turkish people to be very open and they try to communicate. However, of course, everybody has some preconceived ideas about people. So, for example, when I first came to Turkey, people would look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're American. You must have a lot of money." Okay, which is one of them.
And then your culture, tradition, and language is different from Turkish people.
Yes.
Have you ever had a problem for this?
No, the cultural differences didn't really become a problem. I'm used to living in foreign countries, and I had my husband's family to help coach me. But I remember when my son was born, my husband went to work and I was home alone with the baby, and all the Turkish families in the street wanted to come see the foreigner and her baby. And I didn't know how to make Turkish coffee, and I didn't know how to greet my guests. It was difficult, but now there's no problem.
Okay, as another question, can you tell us the biggest challenge while working in another country?
When working in another country, you need to both balance your own identity as well as adapt to your new surroundings. And finding a balance between those is often difficult.
And did you work in another country except Turkey? And if you so, can you compare the opportunities for labor migrants?
Well, I worked in Gabon, Africa for 2 years, and really there's no comparison because when I was in Africa, it was more of a voluntary service instead of me leaving my country for another country. Gabon is an underdeveloped country, so it was much more challenging to live there than it was here.
Okay, as a last question, what's your plan? Do you want to stay in Turkey, or are you planning to go back to your country?
I've been moving since I turned 16. I've lived in 3 different countries and about 10 different cities. So I'm probably not done moving yet. I do not know if I will return to America. I don't have any definite plans because I do enjoy this country and the people who live here.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good
Ya şimdi sana gönüllülükle alakalı birkaç soru soracağım. Ama onun öncesinde kendini tanıtır mısın? Nerelisin? Kaç yaşındasın? Efendime söyleyeyim. Hangi organizasyonda çalışıyorsun?
Tabii ki. Adım Ömer Güzel. Aslen Konyalıyım. 5 yaşına kadar Konya'da. Ondan sonra Antalya'da büyüdüm. 19 yaşındayım. Abdullah Gül Üniversitesi Elektrik Elektronik Mühendisliği'nde okuyorum. 1. sınıfım. Şimdiye kadar katıldığım büyük çapta Sevgi Emek Tebessüm organizasyonuna katıldım. Bu okul düzenliyor. Hatta etkinlikleri hazırlayan takımdaydım. 1 sene boyunca, bu sene de devam ediyor tabii ki de, bir ilkokul var. 60. Yıl Cumhuriyet İlköğretim Okulu. O okulda işte Suriye'den, Afganistan'dan, Pakistan'dan vesaire gelen mülteci ailelerin çocuklarına Türkçe ve bazı yetileri kazandırmak için işte etkinliklerimiz var. Onları uyguladık.
Peki bu ilkokula gitme konusunda yani müdür, efendime söyleyeyim yardımcı size problemler çıkardılar mı? Bu süreci biraz anlatabilir misin bize?
Hayır, genel olarak yani tabii ki de müdür ve öğretmenleriyle diğer arkadaşlarım ilgilendi. Hani ben çok şey olmadım, ilgilenmedim. Ama genel olarak zaten hani gönüllülük işi bu. Hani gönüllüyüz, gönüllülükle yapıyoruz. Orada bir ödev yapmıyoruz, başka bir şey yapmıyoruz. Onlar da bunun bilincinde olduğu için hani herhangi bir engel falan koymadılar. İyi niyetimizle gittik. Sıkıntı çıkartmadılar.
Evet, bir sorum daha olacak. Antalyalıyım demiştin. Antalya'da
Konyalıyım,
doğdun.
Antalya'da büyüdüm.
Tamam. Antalya'dan buraya geldin üniversite için. Aynı zamanda bu gönüllülükte bulunuyorsun. Peki bu aktivitede seni içine çeken şey neydi? Yani yaparken mutlu oluyor musun ya da seni yoruyor mu? Mutsuz
Tabii ki de.
ediyor mu?
Yoran kısımları da var. Ben önce yormayan, mutlu eden kısımlarından başlayayım. Şöyle ki zaten üniversiteye yeni başlamıştım. Hani e, ne yapacağımı okul hakkında çok bilmiyordum. Aktivitem yoktu. Ama seti bulmam çok iyi oldu. Birincisi hani oraya gidip çocukların gözündeki o mutluluğu sen gelince o mutluluğu görmek yani mükemmel, tarifsiz bir şey yani. Sonra hani onlara Türkçe öğrettiğinde ya da bazı şeyleri öğretebildiğinde, atıyorum trafik kurallarını öğretebildiğinde hani bir işe yarama şeyi oluyor. Hani nasıl söyleyeyim? Bir işe yaradığımı düşünüyorum. Güzel bir şey yaptığımı düşünüyorum. Bu çok güzel bir his.
Yani en önemli şey de zaten seni mutlu etmesi.
Evet.
Şimdi son sorumda bu işteki geleceğin hakkında olacak. Yani bu gönüllülük aktivitesindeki. Agüset'in geleceğini nasıl görüyorsun?
Hagiset'in geleceği yani açıkçası bu biraz biz ve bizden sonrakilere bağlı değişebilecek bir şey. Yani eğer çok aktif gruplar gelirse hani bir değil iki okula gideriz. Sadece Türkçe değil başka şeyler öğretmeye çalışırız. Farklı etkinlikler yaparız, oyunlar oynarız belki. Ama hani gelen kişiler hani o kadar etkin olmasa da hani bu şekilde gitmeye devam eder. Hani tek bir okul, tek bir sınıf. Öğrencilere Türkçe öğretme, belli başlı etkinlikler aynı şekilde devam eder.
Anladım. Çok teşekkür ederim.
Rica
Röportajı
ederim.
kabul ettiğin için.
Everyone, this is Ahmed from CAT2BAT4, and here we have Mr. Bander, a tourist in Turkey. So, hello, Mr. Bander. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Bandar Amiri. I came from Yemen, especially from the capital of Yemen, which is Sana'a city.
When did you come to Turkey, and how long have you been in Kayseri?
I arrived in Turkey 3 months ago, and I came to Kayseri, I can say 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so what is the thing that motivated you to come to Turkey in general and Kayseri to be specific?
Actually, when I was a kid, I was just thinking about how can I go traveling in the world, how can I see new places. I was wondering about the new natures that some countries have, like Turkey and other countries. So I chose Turkey because it has the great weather. Then I came to Kayseri because there's a lot of historical places and there is a lot of great mountains in Kayseri.
All right, so were there any other options for you to travel?
Actually, I was planning to go to Thailand, then I changed my mind and I came to Turkey.
What do you hope to achieve from this visit to Turkey?
I want to just spend a good time here, to get new experience, to see new places, maybe to see new foods and to see new people, something like that.
All right. So, what was the most exciting part for you in Turkey?
The most exciting part actually was that I go camping and traveling with people that I never met before, because sometimes I go traveling with organizations in Turkey, so they collect people from other countries, and it was really a very great time to spend with them.
Okay, so finally, do you recommend that other people do the same opportunity and travel like the same way like you?
Yeah, actually, I hope that everyone has the chance to come to Turkey and especially to come to Kayseri to see its nature and foods, to get a new experience in traveling and to discover this small planet, how much beautiful is it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Weather.
Thanks a lot.